What is up, guys? Welcome back to the third episode of the Backbrick Boys podcast. I'm Nick.
You already know who I am. Steven.
Let's have a day.
Oh, boy. Check out the shirt.
What has been going on?
Dude, I've had a pretty chill weekend. Nothing crazy. Today's been kind of a chill day, but yesterday played some golf. Shot all right, but...
What'd you shoot?
Shot a... I mean...
Just say it.
We didn't keep score, all right? I was 1 under through 5. I have
That's pretty good.
I have a buddy who can attest, but
yeah.
After that, we had these like coffee drinks. It was like a bush latte, like these, like a coffee drink, like a bush latte. If you know, you know. Those started speaking like actual words to me. So after that, it just kind of became a day.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. You know how many times I've ever been 1 under?
Can
Never.
I take a guess?
You
didn't even let me.
Not even through. Yeah, not even like I've been even par after the first hole once. I think we were at Frank's house when we were playing. I got a par on hole 1, and that's the only time I've ever been even, except from like for the beginning of the game. So it's all good. We'll get there.
And because I shot like I did not shoot good, so it's not like I held on to it. I kind of started to panic a little bit, started to overthink shots, and do
you think every golf group is like that? Like, there's always like one guy that shoots in the 80s.
Yeah, dude.
And then there's me. I shoot hundreds, snap my 6-iron in half on hole 18. It's still in the bed of the truck. I mean, I haven't even moved it, dude.
That's awesome.
I snapped it, slung in the bed. It's still back there. So
I think
it's just rusting away.
And this goes out to everybody thinking about getting involved with golf, right? You think like, man, I'm gonna be so ass. I don't even need to go out there. But dude, I was hitting on the range at Horse Creek the other day, and I'm like looking around, and guys that look like they're good, guys that actually dress nice at the golf course.
Yeah.
Hosel shanks, dude. Slices.
Yeah. That's what I try to do. I've got some nice shirts. I got my Lulu pants, and tuck it in, nice belt, decent golf shoes. At least I would like give people the impression that hey, this guy might be nice with it. And then then you get up to the first tee box, man, and I always just hit a fucking just banana slice into the woods. That ball's gone forever. That's like I quit. I remember when I first started playing, I was buying Titleist, Bridgestones, like the best one, TaylorMades.
Dude, get a noodle. Get a hard.
I just get noodles, Kirkland's. Yeah, fuck that.
Get a long and soft, or what is it? I think they're long and hard.
Yeah, long and hard. Yeah. What a motto.
Shout out noodle. No, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if we were meant to talk about this, but I think me and you've played some pretty cool golf rounds together. I don't know if we've ever told a story about pretty memorable ones,
Yeah, like when we played Torrey Pines and...
Yeah, what was the course? What was the course? What was the...
Oh, it's Mount Woodson. We played Mount Woodson in California, dude.
Yeah.
It was actually my birthday.
Kind of a year ago.
Yeah, I remember we went out and played. We always play golf hungover. Like we always for some reason are like, let's make an 8 a.m. tee time. But by the way, let's go out and get fucked up the night before. I mean, we're not the only ones.
No. So shout out to all of our California listeners. I know they're out there. Shout out to everybody out there. So we went to a Padres game, and we went to this really cool bar.
No, dude, that was after. We went to goldfish races.
Oh!
Because we went to play golf on a Thursday morning, and
goldfish race were that night. Okay,
we went to the gold. Yeah, you can explain the goldfish races since that was a new experience for you.
Yeah, so this bar, right? It's Pacific Beach is just the most beautiful place in the world. But they have this bar, Shore Club, and it's like they have this. It's like this long table. I'm sorry, you can't see my hands. This long table. And
it's probably like 10 feet long. I mean, it's
People are.
It's a nice length of a table.
Yeah, people are huddled around, heavy drinking. You get to pick your goldfish and name it. And please remind me of your name. Your fish's name is awesome.
Oh, dude, I went with I think with that time I went with Florida State because Florida State was left out of the the top 4 teams.
Yeah,
So I was gonna let them know, like, dude, Florida State belongs here.
exactly.
But I usually went with Rudy.
Like
One of the most iconic movies.
I can't even get on that.
We'll get back to it. It's a great one, but
it's whatever. But
underdog.
Yeah, so you drop this fish on one side of the spillable water. You drop this fish on the side of it, and you get a straw and you blow behind it, and you have to help him win the race. And I've just never seen. It's like a smaller version, I think, of the Kentucky Derby. How many people? Dude, how many people are like, "Come on, go!" And it's just electric.
It's kind of like March Madness too, like because you'll get lucky and get a big fish. And, big fish is like Duke, Auburn, and then you have a guy that gets a little fish, like a Chicago Loyola or something like that.
Yeah,
or like a University of like Baltimore, Maryland, or whatever, the team that beat Virginia that one year when they were a 16 seed. Dude, those fishes can pull it out sometimes.
They're slept on, and
they are, yeah.
And so it's funny because your roommate ended up winning that night, right? Travis,
Travis ended up winning that shit. Yeah, you get an $80 gift card to Shore Club. I mean, I won it one time. It was pretty cool, man. It's a cool experience to just get through that bracket. I mean, your odds are
slim,
insane to win that shit. Yeah.
How quick does that $80 go?
It's gone, dude. I literally went to they gave it to me. I went to the bar. They were like, your tab's like 85, and I still had to pay $5 with a tip. So
with a tip, yeah.
It was cool though. I mean, it was a cool experience, but
no. So imagine
I've been trying, dude. I mean, after that is the only place I've ever seen them have goldfish races. I don't understand. Like now that I'm working at Jack Brown's, I actually said, I was like, we should do a goldfish races because we have 2 tables and. It's honestly a perfect idea.
Well, don't
it really is
because don't give them that because that's our retirement game. Backbrick Boys originally started out as a bar idea, and it still could happen. And I've never been to a bar on the East Coast or at least around here that does that. It's a gold mine.
No, yeah, it is. But that's what's cool when you go to different places and you see the way that. Like places do stuff, like certain bars do stuff. It's cool to take that idea, and put it somewhere else. Because, like, obviously, when you go to goldfish races, it's packed.
Yeah,
everyone's having a good time. PETA's outside protesting the abuse of fish. I mean, you got a little bit of everything going on.
It's unbelievable,
and it's a good time.
I remember, I don't really because you lived like it was a straight walk. Like it's one turn and you're back at the house.
I live like 5-6 blocks. I always had to stay. That was always within my my thought of where I wanted to live. I had to be within 5 or 6 blocks of that bar.
It's genius. So I remember walking back, just absolutely not good. If I wish there had been paint on my shoes because I fell in the bush. Like it was just so. It was like
that's right. Yeah.
So we have that night. I mean, we get back at like 2-3 a.m. And I did not wake up. Nick had to come wake me up. So we go to this course.
I didn't even want to go, but
we booked it. We did it.
Yeah, we had to because it's literally one of the most beautiful courses you'll play. It's out in the mountains.
It's I wish I wasn't severely hungover because I enjoyed that course. I would say more than Torrey Pines.
You played lights out, whether you realize it or not, which is kind of crazy. Like you shot like 3 or 4 over on the front 9,
which is awesome.
I don't know, I was I mean, when I'm hungover, I already shank every shot.
Yeah,
I didn't hit one good shot. Like I don't even know why. I think 3 or 4 holes. I just was like, dude, you can finish out the hole. I'm just gonna go sit in the cart and just drink this beer. Yeah,
it was one of the craziest days because it felt like we were time traveling. It's like we played. It just never felt real.
Yeah.
It like the guy we were playing with we got paired up.
Oh, dude, I forgot about him.
I think his name was Bill. He looked like a Bill.
He does. Honestly, I don't think he exists.
That's what I'm saying.
There's people that you come in contact with that you see, and they don't even seem like a real person. Like the shirt he had on was crazy.
I mean,
his shorts, his whole his aura.
It just
I do honestly believe that after we left Mount Woodson, he evaporated into thin air. I think there's no way to know.
No, yeah, God knew we needed a guy like Bill, and he was there.
Yeah.
Well, honestly,
yeah, he delivered.
We looked crazy because it looked like we were talking to him, but nobody's there. But
we probably felt fine, but I bet in his eyes, he was probably thinking, these guys are, what the fuck did these guys do on a Wednesday night? You know?
Yeah.
Like, what could possibly happen?
You remember that par 3 where I hit a pretty good shot? And then I'm like, I don't even finish the hole. I like crawl into the bushes.
Yes. And I remember the best part for me was at the turn after 9, we stop and they have some of the best glizzies too.
Yeah.
You can't beat them. I remember we housed like 2 of them. And then we get up on hole 10 and you just hit, I mean, you smacked a drive like 270 yards. It was like, I don't know how you keep consistently doing this right now. I mean, you're just playing lights out and you weren't even alive. And I shanked it, of course. I'm just going to drop on you. I remember I was hitting it off in the woods. I couldn't find it. I found my ball or something. And I like tossed it. And I'm chipping and I'm like, is Steven still in a second shot? And I just look over and you're just on your hands and knees by the golf cart. Just letting it all out, man. Just puking. And I've never laughed so hard in my entire life. I mean, I bogeyed that hole. I even after the drop, I bogeyed that shit. And you're still over there. You never finished that hole, man. I mean, you're still on your second shot.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it.
Yeah, that was just too good. And even the next par 3, you just sat in the cart, man. Like you needed a minute. You needed. I was
shaking. I don't need what sucked. I don't think we finished.
We didn't. I remember we got to like hole 15 and we just said, fuck this shit. And we drove off. We told Bill, he's like, see you later, buddy.
Never see him again, ever.
Never saw him again. Yeah. He looked like, honestly, I think he was relieved that we left. I think he was so happy that he didn't have to play those last 3 holes with us. But
no, honestly, I wonder if he thinks about us.
No. No, I honestly forgot that he played with us until you just mentioned it.
Yeah. Dude,
I didn't remember his name.
Yeah.
He doesn't exist.
You're right.
Yeah.
Even if we found his social, he's not going to be on the tee time on the card anywhere. He's just like, there he is.
Yeah, go back and check the records from that day. Yeah. We know it was my birthday, dude.
We can go back. 2023.
Yeah, but that was good. Was it?
It was 2 years ago.
I think it was 24. Because it was right before I left San Diego. Yeah.
Okay.
It's only been a year.
That is true.
Which is crazy. I was thinking about that the other day because it's crazy that's been an entire year.
Yeah, and like
because time is different, flying fast. Yeah,
how different your life is now in comparison to where you were a year ago.
Yeah, I mean you too. I mean, yeah, I feel like everybody's life changes in a year. You know.
Yeah, it's like
maybe not drastically, but you're just constantly changing, evolving. You know.
What is it? Years go by fast, weeks go by slow. I think it's like kind of saying, but
yeah.
No, life's weird. I know.
But then we played Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines was great. That was amazing. That's the most beautiful course I've ever played. Honestly,
it was. When I got there, because I watch a lot of golf, and when I got there, I was kind of in culture shock. I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like the putting area, the company. What is it? Play with your buddy and Anna, I believe.
Yeah, Nick.
Shout out Nick and Anna. They came out. Yeah. It was a great day.
Dude, I've always known.
It was awesome. I mean, it was just. I think we had this argument. I argued for a long time. I shot a 79. I still have the scorecard in my bag.
Yeah,
it was 83.
Yeah, and that's still pretty good.
No, it was
still good.
It was a lights out day.
I never realized obviously I knew that course is, they played the U.S. Open there, a lot of tournaments. But I never realized the significance of that course until afterwards when I told people, I played Torrey Pines or here when I told people I played Torrey Pines like in Alabama. And they're like, wow, like that's insane. But I never realized the significance of that course until I saw people's reaction that we had played it.
Because you paid what, $60?
Yeah, I paid like 60, yeah.
So if you're
a resident, yeah.
I did not because I'm not, but it was it was crazy. It was still cheap in comparison to like courses around here. So our golf trips have been pretty fun.
They have been. And dude, you know the one picture that we took, I think the entire trip was on that course. And dude, I'll go back and look at that pic, man, and I'm like, man, you know when you've been drinking for like 3 days?
Yeah.
And I mean, we just looked brutal, dude.
Yeah. It was
Like,
not
our faces are swollen.
it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Every
Got tired of that shit.
Every time I came out to see you, I was like, dude, let's like the first time I was like, yeah, let's drink, let's do all this, whatever. Second time I'm like, dude, I haven't really seen California other than your house and the walk to the bar. I kind of want to like go, let's go. I want to go see California. I want to go see Yosemite, just all kinds of different, all kinds of places. Every time we never took pictures and we always just went on a bender until I had to Uber to the airport.
Yeah, we always did.
Every time. Every time.
Yeah, that's how it was when all of our homies came out. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, God, just
it is what
insanity.
It is.
I always wanted to go on some good hikes. I always wanted to go do stuff like that, and then you get there, and then got to take them to the dispensary. Got to take, got to go to Shore Club. Like the first, like when you and Bradley came out.
Yeah.
I just love how the only picture we had was one I took. I don't even really remember taking it. We were just in the back of an Uber. Just you guys are just slumped, like knocked the fuck out dead. And
yeah,
I was like, well, we didn't get a pic this whole time, so I'll just take it now. And it's a great one, dude. It's blurry. Back of a Toyota Prius.
You just see the back of Bradley's neck.
Yeah. Yeah. That was like 4 straight days of Shore Club, man.
They got us. They got us.
Yeah. Yeah. But dude, I've just been I've been trying to chill with the drinking, man. I mean, it's just
it's tough.
It gets, we're not 21 anymore. I feel like when you're 20, when you're 20, 21, or even in high school.
Yeah.
It's just so different, man. Like you can just go on benders and you're completely fine. You can function. And I feel like once you hit, I feel like for me, it was like 25.
Yeah.
Or 26. It started being like 2-day hangovers and holy fuck. Like I'm just like suicidal. Like I want to die right now.
Exactly. It's like when the first time I came out, it was no problem going out, waking up, eating some like greasy food. And then it's almost like a snake or a reptile. You shed your skin. You're like, let's do it. Like a shower and a meal. And you're like,
yeah,
let's do it. I'm wearing sunglasses right now in the house because when I turned the lights on, I was just like, no.
Eyes start hurting. Yeah.
So the 2-day bender is just unbelievable. Like, I plan out, if I'm going to drink, I have to plan it out somewhat. Like, if I'm going to, preferably, I like to drink Friday nights because I've done the math here. Friday nights, I can get drunk. I can go home. I'm already tired because I've worked all week. So I'm going to get some really good sleep. Saturday's kind of like a hangover, chill day. Most of the time, just depending on the year, there's sports on. There is a good excuse to rot on the couch.
Yeah.
And then Sunday morning, go to the bathroom, have a nice fresh deuce, and then shower. And then you're like, Sunday, you kind of feel back to production. Like, and you're not, because when I would go out Saturday night, Sunday, rot on the couch all day, not get anything done for the week. So if you have meal prep or laundry, so I go into work Monday behind already. So if I can have it my way, Friday night, let's let loose.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's the ideal that's like the ideal way of going out as you get a little bit older.
You got to think about it.
I feel like when you're younger, you can do Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
But I feel like before I used to, when I was like 21, 22, if I was just going to pick a day, I would do Saturday night. Like Friday night would be, all right, I'm probably just going to stay in, chill. And then Saturday, see, all the sports are on. Yeah. So you want to get after it.
Yeah. Now, and
you want to have a good time. Go watch some NCAA football. Maybe a baseball game's on, like playoffs or something.
Like a day.
And then Sunday, I would just be in ruins on Sunday.
You don't move from the couch. You just you DoorDash a pizza or order in a pizza, and you just sit there and you just rot. And rotting hangover sometimes is just what you need, just to like not.
Yeah. And see, the the worst thing you could do is drink on a Sunday. Because
that's the worst.
Here, it's not really much of a thing. People go to church on Sunday. There's not really you can go get brunch, but it's just not the same as San Diego. Like San Diego,
it's kind of
people want to rage Friday, Saturday. Hey, let's go get some Mimos Sunday morning.
Yeah,
and let's watch some football because on the West Coast, pro games come on at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
you're waking up and the Seahawks that are playing in England, they've already played.
Yeah, they're done.
So so we're you go get Mimos and get some brunch and you get bottomless mimosas all day and you just get tore up and then you got to be at work at 6 a.m. and then your alarm goes off and it's that's happened to me. I remember one time I had to be at work at 6 a.m. and I wake up and it's 7 a.m. and I'm like, fuck me, dude. But see, here's my way of looking. Some people, they wake up and they're like, oh my God, they don't, they just throw their shit on and go. They don't have, they're rushing, they freak out. They're like, I'm going to get fired. Not me, dude. If I'm an hour late, I'm already fucking late. I'm so late. What does it matter? I might as well not even show up to work. So I remember I got up at 7. I'd get up at 7 sometimes. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm an hour late. I'd go get in the shower. I'd throw on some Little River Band or Steely Dan. I'm gonna have a good shower. There's no point in rushing right now.
You're already late.
Yeah, dude. I put my clothes on, and I fuck it. I'll go make a few eggs, piece of some bacon, toast.
The trick is, I've noticed if you stop and get the boys breakfast, nobody's really mad.
Yes, dude. When I would be I would put money. All my money when I would budget it, I got rent, cell phone bill, car insurance, late money, $200 for I would go get bagels, Dunkin' Donuts. You bring in a dozen donuts, no one cares.
Exactly.
But when I was really late, bagels. Yeah. I'd go pick up a dozen bagels and get all the spreads. But after a while, people are like, dude, you're gonna have to sell your left nut or something,
Exactly. Well,
you're gonna have to sell it and then dispense out the money.
Exactly. What are they gonna do? Fire you?
Oh, in the military? Nah, dude, they're not gonna fire you. Exactly. You can get in trouble, whatever. You might have to go talk to the captain if you, the CO if you do it enough times. But
is what it is.
Generally, if you're cool with people, obviously you're gonna get bitched at, but as long as you keep bringing in donuts and bagels, everybody's gonna be happy. Who cares?
Yeah.
This is not, but I feel like as a civilian, this is not a good work ethic to have.
No.
You will get fired.
You will get fired.
I know this,
and there's something we recommend. We like to have a good time, but we go to work. You got work in a couple hours.
And I do, and we're working. I'm going to show up on time.
Yeah. And we're working right now. This may not seem like it, but this is work right here.
Yeah.
So it's just
a never-ending grind.
Time.
I
was thinking about this, man. Not to get off on a tangent, but I don't know what it is about growing up and scheduling doctor's appointments. But it is tough, dude. It's scary to commit to. I'm like, man, what am I doing in 8 months?
Yeah,
it's just
I just did all that. A couple months ago, I went to the VA, got a doctor's appointment in. It sucked. I mean, the VA's ass, and but they, the team I went to, they're pretty. That's all right. It's not bad, but I scheduled. That's why I scheduled it 6 months out for August.
Yeah, and it's I
guess I'll be there. Yeah,
I'm gonna remember that.
I put it in my notes. I'm sure I always set if something's 6 months out, I'll set something in my notes. I need a day alert, you know, a day before, and then I'll do 5 minutes, and it's just for fun,
whatever. Then I'm just tired of doctor's appointment or doctor's offices, dentist offices, whatever, acting like they're just booked up for the whole year. Don't act like I can't just come in here and get a cleaning.
Yeah, how does that work? They'll be like, dude, you can come in tomorrow at 11. It's well, it'd be better if I can come in a week or two because I can plan that out a little bit better. And they're like, nothing's available.
Yeah.
I don't believe them.
I
think they're all lying.
Let me check the book.
And dude, don't fucking the dentist, man.
Oh,
dentists.
It's the worst doctor ever.
They are the worst. Yes. I actually just went and got my teeth cleaned like 2 weeks ago.
I noticed that, dude. They're looking a little pearls.
Yeah, dude. Afterwards, it's awesome because like when you rub your teeth or your tongue against your teeth, you can like feel it. You're like, wow, I didn't realize how fucking dirty my teeth were.
Yeah.
I went like 9 months. You know, you're just supposed to go every 6 months. Who gives a fuck if you're judging about that? I don't care. I know there's people that go like a year or two without it. Gross, dude.
Oh, buddy. You don't want to hear the last time I've been to the dentist.
When was the last time you got your teeth cleaned? You got to get on that, dude.
I know, but
it's ass, but it's something.
I know,
it's like you got to do it.
I know you sound like my mom. Shut up.
Yeah.
No, it's probably been like 2-3 years since I've been.
Yeah, I hate going. The main reason I hate going, and it happens every time. It happened this past time. You drive there, you get there, and it's always the dentist's office. They're never like super cool, man. They're always in like a generic building or house, along with a million other dentist office, optometry. I hate it. I feel like I'm in like a medical hell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you get there, you walk in, it's always like a weird looking house. You feel like I might not walk back out of here. Like these houses look eerie, bro. Like what's going on here? You walk in, it's always like a 50-year-old woman at reception that's just the nicest lady in the world, and you know, you feel a little bit better. You pay your copay, which is bullshit, and then you walk in, and you always get the hygienist, you know, and they're fucking putting all the contraptions in your mouth. And this is what happens every time. I don't understand it, but I always feel like dental hygienists, they have a lot to get off their chest.
Yeah.
And they know that you can listen because
where else you
got so much shit in your mouth.
Yeah.
Where are you going to go? You're just laying back like this. You're getting blinded.
They trap you.
They didn't give me the glasses. They didn't give me the glasses this time. I'm just sitting there with I had a fucking ring light in my eyeballs for like 5 hours. It sucked. I probably shouldn't have been driving. And this woman was, dude, sweet lady, but just telling me her entire life story, you know, and asking me questions, like asking me things. And I'm just like, like I can't say words because I got like a needle over here, you know, she's scraping the shit, scraping this, and like asking me questions, putting the sucker in my mouth, the water. How are you supposed to communicate with all that? Like she'll ask me a question, water.
It's like it's the worst timing in the world. The last time I went, I think I almost they tried to off me. I swear to God. They told me that, so we got done with all the cleaning and stuff, and like you said, dude, just old lady, sweet, hands are shaking though while she's cleaning, so she just keeps hitting my gums. And she said, all right, we're going to rinse your mouth out. Studies show if you put 1 tablespoon of bleach into like a container, like the Gatorade bottle full of water. Yeah. It really helps disinfect your mouth. And I just said, so I'm drinking. I've never heard of these studies. Like I'm supposed to like rinse out.
Where are they getting this information?
Exactly. Yeah. So I think luckily I spit it out, and but I've just never been offered, hey, drink this bleach like real quick. Yeah. I don't have good life insurance, so it's not like you're going to get that. Yeah. Like, what are you trying to get? And dude, dental insurance, ass. It's not good. I mean, like, unless you work for a good company and you have a good plan, it's ass. Yeah. I mean, it's good, but it's ass otherwise. Like, I have to pay for my own dental. Yeah. So I went and looked up Blue Cross Blue Shield. I went and looked up the cheapest plan. I was like, oh, $30 a month. That's not bad. I get there and they're like, got to pay an annual copay of like $50. I'm like, why am I doing this? And then they were like, I'm not gonna lie, I have like a couple cavities, dude, because I grind my teeth in my sleep real bad. But I just started wearing like a mouth guard. Yeah. I don't even know how to do it. But that's one thing too. They make you feel like a piece of shit, man. Like I floss, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect. I forget to floss sometimes. People that floss every day, like congratulations, like you have your shit together. You have your shit together. I don't. I don't have my shit together. I floss on the way there. Like I'll have like those little things in the car. And you try to fool them? Oh yeah. Yeah, like, dude, I love that. I've been flossing all year. I used to do that. When I would go, I hadn't been flossing hardly at all. Yeah. I floss good now, but before, like a few years ago, I knew like, oh shit, I got to go to the dentist in a week. You start flossing, you're like, I'm going to fucking trick them. Oh yeah. And I'm about to trick that motherfucker. And they get there and they're like,
Dude, you've got like gingivitis and shit, you know, in your gums.
They
fuck.
They call out that bullshit pretty quick.
Yeah, and dude, the dentist, the actual like, the guy who owns the practice or woman that owns the practice comes in, and they run a little check, and they're like, "Yeah, we got a D43 over here," and you're like, "What?
Huh?
What's going on?" And then they go up top, and they're like, "Oh, check this, we got an M70 right there on this right molar," and I'm like, "Am I okay?"
Well, you speak English.
At the end, he's like, "Got a couple places got to look at." You saw like he basically says like, "You're disgusting.
Yeah,
you're not good at flossing. Get the fuck out of my face," kind of thing, you know.
And it's like, dude, I'll be honest with you, buddy. In doctor world, you're so low on the totem pole. Like if there was a seminar for doctors, they would not let you in.
No,
they just wouldn't. It's like you and psychologists. It's just like y'all go sit over here and talk about blah 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 bullshit this bullshit that.
Yeah,
teeth and mind. But like, let the surgeons, let the heart, brain, like let the real doctors have the seminar. This is important. You're talking about teeth here.
It's not. It's who cares? Like it's literally. It is actually the bottom. What do you think the top is? Just like surgeons in general.
I would say like brain surgeons. I think that's
that's insanity, dude.
And then you got to go heart. I think. Hell, I'll put a plastic surgeon over a dentist, and that's just cosmetic.
There's actually a Seinfeld episode where Jerry, like, I think it's an overlooked joke. It did get a laugh reel out of them saying this, but he was talking to this girl he was dating, and no, it was actually her. She told the joke to him, and she was like, "What do you call somebody that fails out of med school?" And he's like, "What?" And she says, "A dentist." And it's like it just gets like a little subtle laugh reel for a second, but that's actually a really good joke.
It's perfect.
It's amazing. Seinfeld is like it's my favorite show of all time. It's just ridiculously funny, dude. Like Newman, anything with Newman in it.
The banker.
He just,
The banker.
The banker. Yeah. That's one of the most iconic episodes, man. I mean, it's the writing, man. Like obviously Newman's funny, but that writing is just, it's amazing how they can take the writers, like Larry David too. Like they can like, and Jerry Seinfeld, like they can take 2 or 3 different scenarios, put it into a show, and get them to all like come back together at the end. It's crazy. It's like genius when you really think about it. It's stupid. It's crazy how it's a show that's so stupid, but at the same time, just genius.
The episode that they did where they have to go to NBC and pitch a show about nothing.
Yeah. It's their show. It's Seinfeld.
It's Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when people ask me about the podcast and like what we talk about, I'm just like nothing. Like,
I know everyone's been asking, like, "Yo, what's your format?" You know, it's like
what's your top nothing.
I don't know.
And I think, not saying that Seinfeld, you know, I think the concept of Seinfeld motivated us because it's just like they take something as simple as going to a diner and eating. But there's comedy in everything. Everybody should realize that. There's just so much funny shit that goes on out in the world. You just got to look for it. You know?
You can connect. It's something that you can connect with.
Yeah, and I think
with your life and your basis.
It's something we're good at. I think just like going to work, and just
hating
life, dude. But there's a joke somewhere in there.
Yeah, there is. You just got to see it. The
joke might be on you. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But dude, I was this morning I was watching a highlight reel of Rob and Big. You remember watching that show?
No, I never watched that.
You never watched Rob and Big on MTV?
It's not Rob Dyrdek, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Christopher Big Black Boykin. R.I.P. to him. But it's a highlight reel, and they went to their high school. Christopher Big Black Boykin went back to their high school for a pep rally. He was like the entertainer of it, and it just made me think of, let's say hypothetically this blows up, you know, outside of our hometown, and we have to go back to Huey. And we have to go back
Yeah.
to Hueytown and like hype everybody up, dude.
I couldn't. I don't know if I could. Dude.
You
I don't feel like I could go out and be a hype man. You know,
just couldn't do it.
I feel like I'd start stuttering. I can't, dude. I can't even go to class and talk and like raise my hand to answer something. I've done it once, dude, and I was like, I can't fucking speak. You know, I can get on here and I can talk,
even though you know
like
the
talk
answer.
about things. Yeah, but I might know the answer. I'll raise my hand and then I'll start stuttering. I get red. I start pitting, dude. Like my fucking whole shirt is just covered in sweat. I can't speak. And then I start looking around and I'm like, fuck you. You know, like I see these kids. I'm like, fuck you.
Exactly. Dude, this is terrifying what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, you don't understand. Some people can do it so easily, though. Like some people are just so cool with talking. I wish I was that way. I wish I could get in front of people and talk and be fluent and coherent, but I'm not. I feel like I get in front of people, like even when I was in the Navy, like when I would have to like put out information to people.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I start shaking, sweating, and then afterwards, people are like, "You good, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Fuck off. I'm good."
Because like
I don't know. I'm just one of those. I get stage fright in front of like more than I don't know 3 people.
If I get super prepared for something, I'm almost too nervous. So the past couple weddings we've been in, and they weren't the best speeches, but I just start making jokes. And I don't know if I'm sure I've told you, but like, dude, my dream job, you know, outside of like just this blowing up would just be like stand-up comedy. I think that the concept of like being in front of random people, telling jokes they've never heard or stories that they might correlate with or think's funny. It's just, it is nerve-wracking though. I think that's the only, because they have open mics and shit around here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anything like that is going to be nerve. I could see you doing it. I don't think I could do it. I think you could do it. I can see you doing it.
I'm better at, though. I'm better at when people, or like if we're just eating dinner with some people and somebody makes a joke, I'm better at coming up with some witty shit like right then. But like when I have to sit down and write something, that's where I'm like, you know what, dude? Let me just get up there and try it. Let me just start talking.
Yeah.
And most of the time, like even with these episodes, I'm like, before we start, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? But then once we start talking, just bouncing back. So ideally, one of these days, and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to tell anybody about it, so nobody can come. So I literally just get real feedback from people. Because I'm just going to go and do it, and then I'll let you know how it goes. But one of these days, I'll grow the courage to do it.
I feel like a lot of people crash and burn their first time. Like,
I'm going to give it a few goes.
I think Bill Burr, the first time he ever went, I think he got booed off stage.
Yeah.
Or just like froze up or some shit, and look at him. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's a millionaire. He just travels around. And once you have your show, like once you have your hour or so done, you just have to repeat it, you know? Like you make tweets and shit here and there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your dream job? Do you have one?
That's a good question, dude. Man, I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm going to school for I've always wanted to go into engineering. Always. I don't know why.
To do what? Like engineer, like because there's several fields.
I just find I've always found like the way things work fascinating, like understanding how it could be anything. Like you can have a I don't know, like a toaster. Like you think about a toaster, dude. You just put bread in there and you push the button down and it fucking heats up. And you got toast,
golden crispy.
It's like, and no one thinks about it. You know, it's like it's amazing that somebody invented that. Like all the circuits that are inside, like the electrical work that goes into it.
Yeah, like what about
what it's made of? Like, you know, and actually, like designing and having like the actual assembly to make that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like somebody that's extremely smart was able to engineer that. So like I've always found that fascinating. And even like cars too. Like I don't really know that much about cars, but working on helicopters and seeing how helicopters work, it's amazing. Like the physics behind it and just like the aerodynamics that go into it.
Oh yeah.
And all the components that go into it to make it fly. It's unbelievable. So,
Yeah.
but a lot of people just, they see it and they're like, that's cool. That's sick.
Yeah, sweet.
I don't know. I've always wanted to do that, but
do you have an idea for an invention that you think would be game changing?
see, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've always wanted to. I'm not that smart.
You are smart, dude. You are smart.
But like trying to think. I mean, think about making.
That'll take
I
time.
don't know.
That'll take time.
It takes, it's something that takes time, and then I feel like the more you're educated on it, and you understand how things work. Maybe not designing something like new, but like improving on something that's already
the enhancement
of something.
That's a word right there.
The improvement.
See,
yes.
I'm kind of pissed off that I was born this late in life, because I told my dad one time, I said, hey man, one of these days, dude, like I kind of noticed that like with beer drinking as a younger kid, sometimes when you see people drink beer, they got like you hear the term beer belly. And I'm working on one as we speak. And
I am too. Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, what if they just made like diet beer? And I was like 7 or 8 when I was talking about this. And I was like, a diet beer would allow you to drink beer, but like, help you stay like lean or whatever. And he's like,
imagine being in like the 1880s and you walk into a saloon and say some shit like that. We would die.
We'd get murdered.
I think if we were around like 140 years ago, as the person we are now with the knowledge we have, I think we'd be hung. I think people would be like, you're crazy. Like, you're like, dude, there's cars, phone. Like, look at this, like FaceTime. Like, they would kill you. They'd be like, 100%. This guy,
he's a witch.
Yeah, this guy's from a different. Dude, honestly, I think even like 200 years from now, if we saw the people that are 200 years in the future, we would probably be like, oh my God.
Yeah. What happened?
Kill them. Like, get them, get out of here. I think that's what would happen if like like people talk about aliens and like other worlds and stuff, like if they exist. I think if we like for 100% a fact found out that there was another world with life, or like life came to Earth.
Yeah.
I don't think people would be like, oh, that's sick. Like, I knew it. I knew there was life. People would be like, they'd be terrified.
Murder.
Yeah, because there's that unknown, like, who is this? Like, what are their intentions?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, our intentions, like my intentions would be like, let's go get a beer.
Yeah. Let's have a
place. Let's kick it. Let's try to understand each other.
Like, let's have a place where we can all just go grab a beer, and we'll just we'll call it like a we'll call it like a bar.
Yeah. But you watch these movies where there's like other life forms, like War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. Yeah. Like they're just chilling in Boston, and then like, because he's a Scientologist, crazy, like aliens come out from the earth and shit, like they've been here. Hey, I'll get to this in a minute. Okay. But it's, in that movie, they come up, they just start incinerating people. Yeah. And then it puts it in people's minds like, oh, dude, if there's any other kind of life form, they might just start incinerating us for the hell of it, because we don't know what their intentions are.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what I was going to say, now that I'm thinking, now I'm on this, I'm going off on a tangent.
Yeah. It's all good.
God, dude, I love the hollow earth theory. You ever heard that one?
I haven't.
It is unbelievable, man. Like, to think about it. Like, you grow up and you go to school and, they tell you like, oh, there's the crust and the mantle, and then there's the core of the earth.
Right.
Like, how do they know? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, there's like scientific research to show like the rocks, and they can say, oh, by our studies with these lines in the rocks and like whatever in the fossils, it's probably about 4 billion years old. Like, I don't know how they do that. I think it's all theory, but
100%.
I don't think this is a true theory, but it is interesting. The hollow earth theory is that the earth is hollow, that there's no core, like there's a whole other like life, like form of life inside the earth.
Holy shit. Really?
And like the entrance to hollow earth is through the poles, like Antarctica, North Pole.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, because who lives in Antarctica? And what country has Antarctica? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody's allowed to claim Antarctica as their own. Like, the only people that go to Antarctica are like scientists and psychos. Yeah. People that want to go down there and run like 100 miles in Antarctica. Cool, man. Like, stupid.
Who's that guy on TikTok that we hate?
Oh my God. I fucking hate. I love running, but I hate him.
Yeah, no,
He's living his best life, but I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate his
appearance.
He's a firefighter. He's a firefighter, and he runs like 100 miles a week.
Yeah,
his name it's like Adam something.
Yeah, I'll find it.
I can't think. Yeah, if you could find, that'd be great. But
honestly,
but anyways, the theory is that the entrances to inside the Earth are through the poles, and nobody really there's nobody that inhabits the poles for real.
So they're just
because it's people higher up know that there is an entrance to the Earth, and they don't want people finding out. But it all goes back to like World War II. There was like a German officer that flew over and said he saw it, and they were just like, "Dude, shut up."
Yeah, we know about this.
People don't need to know about this.
Exactly.
I just think it's interesting. I don't know.
That's pretty cool. I wonder how much information is out there that we don't know about. That's like,
oh, dude, there's a whole History Channel. There's a whole History Channel episode about Hollow Earth and like these like philosophers and historians. They like talk about it. And it's crazy that there's actually a whole hour-long episode of Hollow Earth.
Because like, who's the guy? Who's the black scientist? Neil Tyson, I think.
Yeah.
He was saying something on Rogan that I watched, and he was like, the distance from the top of the world to the most inner part of the Earth is like 11 miles or something. And it's just like, what? How does that like?
Well, that's probably about how far we've actually gone down.
And that may be all that it's referencing, but I couldn't imagine. God, dude, I'm so dumb. I don't even know the right questions to ask you about this theory.
It's all good. No, it's an insane theory. My buddy Slater in California, he's the one that told me about it.
Yeah,
we were hammered one night, dude, and we were talking. Because he was talking about some crazy shit. And he was like, "Dude, have you ever heard of the Hollow Earth theory?" And I was like, "No, I'd never even thought about it. I never even thought is that even possible?"
Yeah.
And then when he told me about it, I was like, "That is probably the most interesting theory I've ever heard about."
Because
it makes you start thinking, because you like all these countries have their flags planted in Antarctica, but nobody claims it.
Exactly.
It's like, we don't want anybody down here.
And how, like, they want to make you think like these conspiracies are so crazy that nobody would even believe you if you knew it. And it's just like, I feel like that's what the higher ups, that's what they want. They want, like, even though a guy has proved, and like the guy who created the water engine, oft.
He's onion rings.
Because the gas and the oil companies, like, if they found out engines could just be made off water. Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
dude, it would kill the oil industry. Yeah.
That's what we could talk about next episode, dude, is just kind of get some conspiracies that we believe in. And we'll
I don't believe in the Hollow Earth theory. I just think it's fun. It's just fun. It's kind of fun to think, like, dude, is there actually a core or not?
Nothing in there.
Yeah.
There
probably is. There probably is a core.
Yeah.
I love listening to these theories about, like, the sun and, what it's made of. And it's like, how do you know this?
Exactly. Nope. It's crazy. You get close enough, you're going to
It's amazing it's amazing the theories and, like, the technology that we have so that they can do to study this stuff.
Like, because everybody knows, I don't want to, scare anybody, but the world is going to end. It is like, this is going to blow up at some point.
At some point, yeah.
And it's like, as an elementary school kid, they tell us that the sun's going to blow up and melt us all, and
like but it's like billions of years out. But it will at some point.
But like, when you're 8, you don't understand like billion. You're like, am I going to be?
Yeah,
alive?
You can't even like wrap that. It's still even hard now to. Even when you're in your 20s, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's hard to wrap your mind around that this place has been here for billions of years.
Yeah, and
kind of thing,
Yeah, and you're like this. When you just hear the phrase "it's going to end," you're just like, "Oh my god, that's going to hurt."
Yeah, it's wild. I listen to Mel Gibson talk on Rogan, and he's radical, man. I mean, he's like, but he thinks he's just like not radical. He's just very, he's Catholic. You know what I'm saying? He's big Catholic, but he was saying like he only thinks, this place it's been around for like 5,000 years. He thinks it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Which that's interesting too to think like.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 5,000. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. It's just it's just all interpretation, right? Like, so.
Yeah.
Like, when, it's just all of what, like, people will say, like, God created the earth on day one. God, like, created the earth on day one. And it's just hard to say what a day is back then, A day to us is 24 hours, but a day to them could be 1,000 years. So it's just all interpretation, but it's crazy. And also, honestly, it's like, why are we using these powers? Or why are we not wasting time, but it doesn't matter. Like, you're going to wake up tomorrow, you're going to go to the grocery store, you're going to see that milk is like too much. So it's like, let's worry about that instead of like getting the funds to dig into the earth. You know what I mean? Like, let's focus on what's in front of us than like what or what couldn't be under us.
Yeah.
But that's just, that's what I'm gonna start doing, because there are some that like, God, I saw this theory. So Pope Francis just died.
Yeah, I saw that.
R.I.P. I guess. Mr. Francis.
I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, me neither. But so there's a book in I think it's the Vatican. There's an ancient book, and like I said, I'm not super knowledgeable about it, but in the Vatican they have like these certain headstones that like have named each pope. Well, it ends at Francis. It ends after him, and after it just calls for Judgment Day, and like the end of times basically. And it's just like everybody's kind of freaking out about it. And it's just like, that's a pretty wild conspiracy theory that this book has called every pope out since like 1400s. And then they're just like, Francis is it. After that, it's a wrap. And it's just like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, I doubt it.
That's what's crazy, because you can doubt it, and then you have these people that like, that's what's funny to me about people that dive into these conspiracies like wholeheartedly, like this is happening.
Yeah, I've gone down my rabbit holes with stuff, but I've never just like dedicated my whole life to a
proving it
conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
because it's like, what's the point? You're just gonna drive yourself crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. What's the point? Like, go to the grocery store, you'll forget all about it. You're like, God damn, dude, I can't.
Like, I think it's good to question things, but to drive yourself crazy over it, like, you were just one person, man. Like, it's
dude, go to a goldfish race,
just live your life,
have a good time.
Yes, go to the races.
Go to the races, have a good time, because you're not going to affect whatever happened back then. You're not going to affect it now. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's like that's the whole answer to life, and that's how you circle back when you start thinking about this shit. Just go experience a goldfish race, and maybe you'll get some answers with that. I mean, it gave me answers. That there's things in life that are so simple that are just, dude, this is the best time. This is so much fun.
You're literally, you don't have to. It's not about the extravagant trips, how much money you spend. It's literally about the people you're around. It really doesn't matter what you're doing. It's really just the people you're around
and the connections you make. Yeah,
exactly. It nobody ever remembers like a long road trip or something, but it's always like funny shit that happened across states or like.
Yeah,
that's what it's about, dude.
And that shit starts, and see, then you start thinking about the people and how random that is.
Yeah, like running into Bill. Who may or not be real.
Exactly. Like, that is out of all the individuals on Earth, we ran into that fucking dude.
And it's just
and that happens all the time throughout your days. That you know, a lot of times you have uneventful days. It's just like any other.
Yeah.
But then you have days where you run into people and it's like, why the fuck did I come into contact with that person?
Exactly.
It's like, is it random or is it not?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Go out, say hey to a rando. You never know. Like, let's get off phones. Let's get out a little bit. Let's quit worrying about these conspiracies. That's what they want. They want you to drive. They want you to sit there and go crazy about it. But life is happening. Go out. Go have a mimosa on a Sunday. talk to a waitress, get to know them, bless them, say hey, talk to a random person on the way out, have a conversation over a cigarette, even if you don't smoke, just barely ash it. Don't be rude. Just get out there.
Yeah.
Just get out there and talk, because life is life. Life is happening.
Yeah. And like you said, it's just like, it's honestly, you don't even have to smoke it. It's just the feeling. It's just the warmth.
If somebody
within
offers
your
you a
fingers.
cigarette, take it.
Yeah. You don't ever decline it. Yeah. You don't have to
Take
smoke it. Just take it.
Yeah.
You know,
You
Yeah,
don't have
just
to.
take it.
You don't have to inhale it. Just act like you're hitting it. Talk, because I feel like there have been some real businesses made over a cigarette. There have been some life-changing decisions made over a cigarette. So don't have to smoke it. Just hold
Yeah.
it. Talk.
So, and even like, not even just cigs, but like some of the closest friends I have in my life, I've made over a beer.
Exactly, dude.
You know, just out having a beer, and then
Now you're boys.
you're like, bro, did we just become best friends? Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That
And
happens.
I love the saying of like, let's just go have a beer, and then we'll you like, I don't want to go out tonight. I'm hungover, and it's like, dude, we're going out to have a beer. Like, just come on.
Yeah.
It never ends up like that. But some of those nights have ended up being some of my favorite nights in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I don't think I've ever gone out and said, I'm just going to have a couple. I've probably said that 85 times.
Every
in
time
my
I go
life.
out, I'm like, I'm just having to chill. I'm chill.
Yeah. Like this past Friday, I went out with my girlfriend, Brenna, and her friends, and I literally told her beforehand, I was like, Brenna, it's Friday, it's 5 o'clock. Like, I understand you just graduated, like you're done with optometry school.
Oh, congrats to Brenna.
I'm just, yeah, congratulations to Brenna.
Yeah.
You're just going to be an eye doctor, and I'm a bartender. But,
Yeah.
and I'm a sophomore in college. But anyways, no, she's great. But I told her, I was like, I'm keeping it chill. I'm going to have a beer, maybe two.
Yeah.
And then you say that beforehand, and then when you walk into the bar, this burst of energy just hits you, you know, and you're like, dude, I'm at this place is cool. This is sick. And then you get a muchacho
Yeah.
on draft. It's
Yeah.
happy hour, and the vibes, and then something hits you, the energy levels just through the roof.
It's like
and then you start thinking about what you said an hour ago, and you're a new person now, obviously,
Exactly.
and you start thinking like, who the fuck was that guy?
Exactly.
You say it to yourself. You're like, who the fuck was that person that only wanted to get a beer or two?
Exactly. Because there've been no fun stories made by, I was in bed by 9:30. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Now I will say, I'm not going to sit here and act like because some people know me and they may call me out, because and you may have to say this too. When if I tell you I'm meeting you somewhere, like out at the bar, there have been times that I have said I'm coming and did not come.
Yeah. And in that moment, you might feel like, man, I suck or whatever. But I promise you, the people that are like peer pressuring you into coming out the next day, they are not going to care. They're not going to care. They're not going to give a shit.
I know, but it's just FOMO. FOMO is such a big thing.
FOMO is a thing. But the person that said, I'm only going to have one or two, and you actually go through with it, the next day, you're back to that same person that said, I'm only going to have a beer or two.
Exactly.
And you're so happy that you did it.
Exactly.
I mean, that is true.
Like, even my mom gave me some advice. I'm single, so, hit me up. But
your mom said that?
No, she didn't. But she just said say yes to things. Like, go.
Yeah.
If they're going, some people are going to paint at a painting class, go. Just say yes.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. There's things that you don't want to go do, and then you go do it, and some of those things have ended up being some of the funnest things you've
like who's
experienced.
To say life can change so fast. Who's to say you're not, like, I think a lot of people quit before like, they're right there. Like, they are, we'll say in measurements terms, on a rule, they're a 16th away from getting to where they want to be, but they quit. Yeah. And it's just like, you're right there. So just don't quit. Say yes. Go out. Like, life can change in a second. So not to get like too that kind of gay, but not to get too motivational, but just you know what I'm saying. I just feel like
I know what you mean.
It's a good little end off thing. Like, say yes, go do the thing that you may not be good at. If you want to get involved in golf, don't be scared to go with your buddies. I promise you, there are people out there. Just
don't be scared to drop $2,000 on clubs and shoot a 110.
Exactly, dude. You'll make more. Not saying to go out and like get negative in your bank account, but you'll make more money. Like that's always you're gonna go to work. Go enjoy it a little bit. Take a different way to work. You know, just change it up. I think because the times I've noticed when I get in ruts is I've done the same thing over and over and over again. Same way to work, same way home, same routine when I get home. And it's just like, gosh dang, dude, I don't know what to do. I'm in a rut. Change it up, dude. Show up an hour late. Bring breakfast. You know, I'm not going to tell you to try left hand if you're right hand, but it's just a concept. Mix it up. You know?
Yeah, dude. Thank you for the inspiration.
Yeah.
Sorry, I needed that.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I think we're gonna end it right there, man. That's all I need to hear for the day.
That's it, dude. That's it. Let's go kill it. Let's go sling some drinks. I'm gonna go work out and cook some chicken breasts. So.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna end it for today.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you for the next episode.
See y'all. Hey, before you end it, we do have an Instagram page, Backbrick Boys on Instagram. We're working on getting clips out, getting links and stuff, and so go make sure to give the page a follow. And that was it. We're gonna branch out a little bit, start covering some more areas.
Yeah, we're gonna start getting it on Apple Podcast and
sorry to all the people
other
who can't
platforms.
listen,
So,
but
yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah, see y'all.
All right, later, guys. Appreciate it.